Because I would offer anything. 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 People say, what was you addicted to? I said I had an addictive personality. I just fell for anything. But I found out, much like Elisha, following Elisha, that once I turned my heart over to God, that He started to do a new thing in my heart. He started to do a quick work in my heart. I put a kite out to see Him. Some of you know the story already, I'm sure. But I put a kite out. Do you know what a kite is? Do you know what a kite is, the brown trigger? Do you know what a kite is? I'm not like flying a kite. A wheeler, right? I believe you. Right? Wheeler. To the chaplain. So I walked to the chaplain. I'm thinking I'm going to see a man. A little bit 4'11" lady walks in. Blue eyes and cold white hair. Okay, in high heels. I'm like, dang, I'm really tripping now. I could be Bufo or something from the Wizard of Oz. Tripping. You ever tripped out? Like, dang, I'm tripping for real. I'm like, I'm not doing what's hope. Dang, I want to trip right now. You ever get on one of those bad trips? I want off. Let me off. That's how I felt. So then she comes in, and then to top it off, she has a Swedish accent. Yes, sir. How are you doing today? How may I help you? I was like, oh, hey, I need to talk to the chaplain. They put me in the lawyer's booth where it has glass. Amen? Oh, I am the chaplain. What can I do for you today? Hey, okay. Well, they let me out of my cage and might as well tell her what's going on. So I started to tell her everything that was going on in my life, how that the Lord had been playing my life back in videotape from the age of 30 all the way to 9 years old. Are you hearing me? I'm talking about things that nobody knows. I'm talking about from angles that nobody could have known. There's no way. There's no way possible. There's no way. I told her my story. She says, put your hand on the glass. What the heck? Put my hand on the glass. I'm tripping now. This lady gonna do some hocus pocus, Brugidium or something. I'm going to pray deliverance for you, and it's going to eradicate everything. She starts telling me stuff, and I start zoning out, man. The next thing I know, man, my face is on the stainless glass, and my hand will not let go of the glass, and she's praying something. I can't hear nothing. I'm just, I'm embarrassed because I know the bossmen are watching me, and somebody can walk by and see me. And, oh, I know you ain't never been there before. You need to get there. God broke me. That was 2002, March 18th. I gave my life to the Lord that day. I was addicted to everything. Everything. So here's my testimony in a nutshell. I smoked 3 packs of cigarettes a day. Sometimes more than that, depending on how much I drank. Oh, wave your hands, you know what I'm talking about. So then I drank, and when I drank, I wanted to get high. Well, they go hand in hand because they're all spirits. And they're connected. One door leads to another door. Are you hearing me? So I can stand up here and tell you, with everything that's in me, God delivered me that day. I've never smoked a cigarette from that day. I've never drank a drop of liquor from that day. I've never smoked dope. I ain't snorted up in my veins. Are you hearing me? Never went back. I never went back. I never went back. See, people go, come on, man. You know, no, I mean, I'm for real. Sometimes I wake up and go, dang, dude, I've been doing this over a long time. Are you hearing me? Some of y'all barely getting sober. Some of y'all still thinking about, oh girl, sweaty Betty down the street. Are you hearing me? But the reason that I told you this story, because it wasn't a story of my own power. It was the story of Jesus Christ, His grace manifested in my life. And He said, when impossible with man is possible through God, I'm able to deliver you and to keep on delivering you. And you keep coming back and being dumb enough, just believe that what I started in you, I'll finish it over here. I won't let go of you. I won't lie to you. I won't forsake you. I am faithful to 1,000 generations. Oh, Elisha believed. So I got raised up in the men's home after I came out. Victory Outreach. Sitting in the church for about 300. They were setting up the directors, who was going to be the directors. And my pastor told this story. He said, let me tell you a story about a young man that came into the men's home. And he had been there 2 weeks. And I get a phone call. I've never been through this. And on the other end was a man from the men's home. First of all, the pastor said, how did you get my number? They'd be like, I'll call Pastor Rick Holiday. He says, no, don't do that. Let me say it again, don't call your pastor on the phone. I wasn't even supposed to be on the phone. I didn't hear it. And he began to tell people in that day that although this man got reprimanded and got a lot of scriptures to write, he said, this ultimately will be the reason that he'll be able to make it and persevere and overcome out there on the pioneering trail. Because you've got to, like Elisha, stay with him because of what he has inside of him. You've got to see the Jesus in the man and the woman of God. You've got to see the goods that are inside of them and not look at them in the outer. You've got to be able to see where you're going and where God wants to take you as you have models and examples before you. Why are you following me, Jesus says? I asked the Lord today while walking from a couple of areas I had to do at the store. What are some of the ways you can sense someone is following you? Write these down. Now, I asked Jesus this. What are some of the ways you can tell that someone's following you? We want to hear what he had to say? Yeah. Okay, watch this. Number one. Well, it's just like you, he said, when you're walking, and I was walking, he said, do you see your shadow? Well, yeah. He goes, you can see the shadow of people that are walking behind you. Number two, you can hear their steps. You ever have anybody following behind you? You hear their steps behind you? Huh? Number three, you can feel their presence. You ever feel the presence of somebody's following? You ever feel that? I'm not talking about going high and you thought somebody was following you. I'm talking about for reals. Number four, you can smell them. Especially if it's downwind, they're funky. Come on, y'all should laugh at that. Because y'all be funky all the time up in this camp. Tell the truth. I miss it. Get that stuff. And the last one he told me on the way here. You can see them. So if I'm walking and I think somebody's following me, what do? You turn around, don't you? And you can see who's following you, right?